It is another corporate time with Tom and Dan. I'm gassy today.
I'm Tom.
You're not supposed to say that, right? You're not supposed to say you're gassy. You know, when you say you're gassy, I think everybody takes that like you got the farts.
Yes,
I don't have the farts.
Right.
I got the burps, which the burps are way better than the farts. But I think when people say I'm gassy, but gassiness or gas or bloating, I feel like is more of a burp thing, right? Burp is gas.
You burp more than you fart, right?
Is a burp the same thing? Okay, I'm sorry, we have a guest here. Joey's here, but I got to handle this. I got to handle some business here. We'll get to the theme park baby stuff in a minute. We got to do the real adult stuff now. If I take in air and do not burp, does it become a fart? And vice versa. If I take in air and do not fart, will it become a burp? Are burps and farts interchangeable is what I'm really asking you. Is a burp a fart and a fart a burp?
Can it be dispersed without goo, either way?
Without goo, yes. It'll just come out of your body. I think it'll just leach out of your body.
Can your intestines absorb the air in some way?
I prefer to call them your intestines. Like, for instance, if I were to smoke marijuana, if I were to vape marijuana and take in a hit of marijuana,
yes,
and I hold my breath, and then I don't let the smoke out. I'm just kind of it's got to come out somehow.
Yeah. But it's less smoke than if you blew it out
right
immediately.
Right. Exactly.
So
some of it gets trapped in there.
Some of it, or absorbed. Joey Mazzant's here.
Hey,
how you doing, Joey?
Wow, that's a weird intro.
Hey, everybody.
It's the heavy-hitting topics.
What do you think, Joey? Are burps farts and farts burps?
You know what? Wow, I got nothing. I can't even think where to go with that.
I'm
so sorry.
About this all the time.
I can read what WebMD says.
You guys tell me not to read WebMD, and now you're over here
It could be false information. I don't know.
I feel like at a Buffalo Wild Wings, if I'm sitting there and I got a fart, if I hold it in, and then don't do it, and then later in the day, and I'm like, burp, there's my fart came out. I made my fart. That's what I'm talking about.
I think once it gets to a certain point of no return, it can't go back.
It's not interchangeable.
Correct, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably right, because once your intestines have pulled out all of the nutrients from the foods that you ate, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yes, then it creates another gas.
Okay.
Yes.
If you want to deep dive something that'll really make you laugh, go on TikTok, and they have a trend where people are drinking entire bottles of 7-Up and not burping until the entire bottle is gone. And it is the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's
been posted in the BDM group 5 times.
Oh, really?
You guys haven't seen this yet? I'm surprised.
No, I don't.
I thought it was Sprite. It was a Sprite challenge.
Sprite. I'm sorry about that.
7-Up. What is this, the 80s?
Well, it's the same thing.
7-Up is back. It's back, baby.
I've never seen a 7-Up in the past 10 years.
You know, you make fun of 7-Up, but 7-Up was the only soda to have its own video game.
Sprite don't do it.
Cool spot.
Sprite ain't got no video game. Sierra Mist ain't got no video game. You can't yell, but I can. F you, Sprite.
I'm a Sundrop gal.
Sundrop. I'm a sundress gal.
I had the 7-Up video game with
Spot.
the dot or
Yeah.
spot.
The spot, yeah. The dot. The
Anyway,
dot spot. Hey, Joey Mazzant's here, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to Parlays and Theme Parks, or Theme Parks and Parlays.
Parks and
or Parks
Parlays.
and Parlays, or whatever
We'll
we call
get
it.
there.
No intro for it. I've lost all my intros. None of my buttons work.
I'm just happy to hang with you guys.
Well, we're happy to see you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Tom's voice is out. He's like Barry White over here.
What's happening at the theme parks right now?
The big thing right now is Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Rewind, that roller coaster that took over the Ellen DeGeneres Energy Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And you want to talk about night
She's
and
out
day.
of energy now, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're done. We're done there. And she's retired now, right? God, she's just stretching this thing out. Just get the hell out of here.
Is she still on?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no
It's
idea.
like this season is like, this is my last. Just get the hell out of here. We're done. You're rich. We're done with you. Get out of here.
100 million.
Yeah, just go do something fun.
Yeah.
That's insane. Oh, man. So if you did the ride back in the day, it was it's the only ride that is so long that before it starts, the cast member would preface you and say, this ride is approximately 58 minutes. If you have to use the restroom, I recommend going now before the 7-minute pre-show starts.
It's a 58-minute ride.
I think the ride itself was around like 40, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the ride was 47 or 48.
That's why people went there to cool down.
Yeah,
Nobody cared about the ride.
No, the ride was dog ass.
Wait, so the original ride
Yep.
for Guardians of the Galaxy,
Well, it was Ellen's
Ellen's Energy Adventure was a 58-minute ride.
53 to 58, depending on load.
My God, why have I never heard of that? That's
Because
insane.
nobody
Nobody-
knows it.
yeah.
I
No one
thought
cared.
I'd been on that, but I don't think I have. Now that it's been an hour, I haven't spent an hour in any building at Disney property.
Oh, like, do people like wet themselves and stuff? Because that's
Well, that's why they tell you to go to the bathroom beforehand.
Yeah, but no one
But I
listens.
can't get off. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's like
Nope.
No, sir. Whiz now or forever hold your pee.
that's a.
Yeah.
I have never heard that it's that long.
I feel like some kid is gonna be like, I gotta go, you know, like,
or just some grumpy dad's going, "Come on, AFC, it's out." Just start tearing through an exit. I would.
That was the right. It's the one where you sit in the pew. It felt like you were like going to the Church of Scientology. They're like, we're going to teach you about energy. You're
Okay,
sitting
I've
in the
never
church
done
pew
this.
and- oh, it's hilarious.
I've never done it.
Yeah.
I thought I'd done it, but I lied to you guys. I've never done that ride.
And it went the way of the dodo bird about 6 years ago.
Okay.
5 years ago. And it got replaced by this Guardians of the Galaxy thing, and it's insane. And of course, the Easter egg is there because in the Ellen ride they talk about the Big Bang Theory, and in the Guardians ride they say, "All right, we're headed to the Big Bang." So, excuse me.
Oh, there's
Wait, is
that,
that what-
gas.
Wait,
He's gassy.
Ellen
too.
burps?
gases.
Who burps?
So what kind of ride is it?
It is think rock and roller coaster. Think Space Mountain.
Okay.
It's a dark indoor roller coaster, but it has the first reverse launch ever, where you're sitting in this thing, minding your own business, and it just flies
Oh,
backwards.
spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Do you go backwards the whole time?
No, just for like the load portion of it. It's got all the characters from Guardians. Terry Crews has a cameo.
Terry Crews?
Yeah, dude, it's rad. He shows up and
I
he
love
plays-
Terry Crews.
He's awesome. He plays the idiot card. It's so fun. He's awesome, dude. It's such a great ride. But that's going to be what's nice about that is it now divides the park back into two places where you have the World Showcase in the back, and that's got your Frozen ride and your Remy ride, which have no height requirement. And then in the front of the park, you've got Test Track right next to Guardians of the Galaxy, which have a height requirement that are the fast rides in the park. So
Okay.
now Epcot's kind of divided. Do you got your big kids or your little kids? And if you have to entertain them all, that's when you give me a call because there's going to take some work.
So is it just like Space Mountain in the fact that it's once the roller coaster starts, there's no stopping for like any sort of like visual effect. It's basically you go through the ride of a
Oh,
roller
you mean
coaster.
like kind of like these rides that have been very popular at Universal? These like
They go
part
for
of
a
it's
little
a
bit.
screen,
Yeah,
part of it
yeah.
goes a little bit, then you do a little screen watching.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually do not like those kind of rides. I am dumb old man. Give me the old ride that's just fast the whole time.
Yeah.
When you stop me to see the dumb screen, that's when I get sick because it's the screen.
We talked about this before with the
Yeah.
Nemo ride. Whenever you get stuck in the tunnel and
Yeah.
the things are, and you're
Yeah.
getting,
Yeah.
you're right. So no, this one it's constant. But the whole time you're going, they're playing like music from the movie, and
Loving in the elevator, living it up when we're going down. Wow, 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 wow.
spot on,
That's what they do.
perfect.
So how are you sitting? Is it a traditional roller coaster or
20 people to a car,
Ah.
5 seats of 4. And what's so crazy about this thing is it's on a 360. So as you're going around the bends, let's say the focal point is over here in the right-hand corner. As you're turning the bend, your seat turns so that your face never leaves that point of view. It's very clever.
so it's not it's not like sitting down and a lap belt comes. It's you're sitting down and you do the harness,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
And
because
it's on a swivel, so you never lose your... Oh, that's interesting. I've never thought of a roller coaster that gives you the luxury of sliding side to... Or, like, not sliding, but I guess pivoting.
And what we talked about, it prevents motion sickness more than I've been doing this for 14 years now. I get off some of these rides and the parents are like, "Are you ready for more?" And I'm like, 2 seconds. I'm so sorry.
We just talked about this because Sam was over at SeaWorld, and a lot of
Oh
their
my
coasters
gosh.
are so ridiculously rudimentary that, like, Manta, like, I get off of that thing and I'm shook up. I need an hour. Give me an hour.
Yeah.
What park is considered to have the best roller coasters in Orlando?
Probably SeaWorld.
Yeah,
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld, man.
Really?
Yeah. SeaWorld is the blue-collared rock star park. That's what it is. They're like, look, we're not going to theme everything. Each
can go
ride is going to have a
fast.
name, but we're going to kick
Yeah.
your butt. It's fast
It's
rides.
just going to be
Yeah.
high intense roller coasters.
Even when
they're going for the
see-
best roller coasters.
Even when you would like, I think you would like the SeaWorld roller coasters if I think I know you the way I do, because when you look at them, there is no fun queue line. There's no little video that you watch, like, teaching you about, like, there's no characters, there's no photo
Yeah.
ops. It's-
I've been on them all.
Yeah, but it's literally just like, hey, look, this is an awesome roller coaster. This one goes really fast. And that one over there is faster.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the cool thing about SeaWorld, that is the ultimate buy your way through the park. It's $24 for the quick queue, which is
Right.
like their fast pass. My annual pass to SeaWorld costs less than 1 day at Disney. I bought the most baller annual pass to SeaWorld for $220.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can do anything, right?
Gets me into all the parks
And
whenever
you
I
get
want.
like mad discounts on food and
20% off
merchandise.
everything. It's awesome.
It is pretty crazy. You have an email for Joey?
I
Sam?
do. It says, this is a question for Joey Mazzant in Parks and Parlays. Before the pandemic hit, I had Disney passes for me, my wife, and our 2 kids. We let them expire toward the beginning of the pandemic because we weren't sure what was going to happen when they reopened. Cut to today, and now I have twins that are 2 years old, and I want to take my whole family to Disney. As a local guy, is it worth getting the passes again, or would it make more sense to save up and splurge for a stay at the parks/resorts for a 4-day stay? Which would be the better bang for our buck? P.S. I'm a teacher in Ocoee, and Toll Road Brewing is our go-to spot after school.
Right
I'm
on.
so glad to see this awesome establishment becoming a Tom and Dan watering hole, and
Yeah.
I look forward to the first event.
Shout out and love to Toll Road.
Yep, right there in Ocoee, downtown Ocoee.
They're very active on Instagram. They're always kind of intermingling with the Tom and Dan Live Instagram. So go there and follow them. We've been doing a decent job of putting up what's happening at our watering holes. So go there and follow us on Instagram because a lot of our watering hole partners have really latched onto that. Been sending out like pertinent information about when beer releases drop, when new merch releases drop, stuff like that.
Love it. That is a phenomenal question, and I'm gonna a couple of options on this. One that would really help him out is being local. You can buy a 4-day pass because your 2-year-olds get into the park for free.
Right.
So you
don't have
can-
to worry about that. Yeah.
Amen to that. You can buy a 4-day pass, and what Disney does is if you buy the 4-day pass and you have so much fun that you decide in a couple of months, maybe we go again, you can parlay that time plan works.
Yeah.
You can parlay that 4-day pass into an annual pass and put that money towards the annual pass.
Interesting.
So you actually
when did they start doing that?
1971.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool that they do
didn't know
that.
that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
It's
and
almost like try it before you buy it.
Exactly. So anytime you buy a pass, you have, I think, a 2-week buffer zone. And as long as you held your pass within that 2 weeks, because they're not doing the
I've never heard that.
really.
Yeah, that's great.
I'll
Good
feel
question
now.
in the chat. Have they actually started opening up for annual passes to be bought again?
They have, but not the good one. Like, the only reason I have the Incredi Pass is because I never stopped renewing it.
Right.
So you can't buy the pass with no blackout dates. The highest tier pass you can buy now, I believe, is the Pixie Pass, and it gets you in Monday through Friday, and it blocks you out during Christmas and parts of spring
So you
break.
can get at least one annual pass. It's just the lower tier.
And it's not as much as it used to be. Like, my pass cost me $1,200 freaking dollars. I think the Pixie Pass is only like $4 or $5.
Yeah, it's way lower than we had what you had originally when, it was like you can do anything you want to at the parks. And then when the pandemic
Anytime
hit,
you want to as well.
Yeah, anytime too. I had no blackout because Andrew was all in. And then when the pandemic and things started changing, we pulled back and then we were told nicely that, nope, sorry, we're back to zero.
Yep.
We don't offer that anymore. I'm like, okay.
So Joey, let's talk about the under 2 for free rule they have. Right? So
I think it's
God, I
3
love
and
you.
under, right? 3 and under.
Yeah, I
free?
think
Well-
it's, yeah. Is 3? Is it 3?
I
Yeah.
mean, I've seen some pretty short 5-year-olds, I'm just saying.
Hey,
So-
man, I probably, my mom and dad used that. They could almost use it until they died. And they just died.
So
No, I mean, like, if you're really little, I see no problem with taking advantage of that.
I remember, taking the boys when, Tommy was 3 and Max was 2. I'm like, oh, it's free. It's great. And then Tommy turned 4 and Max was 3. And then I'm like, they're twins. Like, put them in the stroller or whatever.
Yeah. They're twins, like the yin yang twins.
And,
Yeah.
and then we tried to do it one more time when, Tommy was turning 5
Yeah.
and Max was turning 4 or
Yeah.
whatever. And then the people at the gate were giving us bad looks and Crystal said,
Are you sure you weren't just feeling that?
they're judging me. This lady
Pull your line. I mean,
yeah. So we're trying to scam them.
How
Anyway,
how
you?
dare they judge me for trying to scam the system?
You guys are the best.
well, not their money.
I know, I'm with you.
But anyway, so what will they do? Will they actually say come on,
Bro.
this kid is 5 years old.
I don't think
get
they
out of here."
can.
They can't. He's right.
So,
It's
but
like-
there's got to be a point where you're like, this
Okay,
kid
no,
has
well, hold
a
on.
mustache.
Then we.
I was about to say, you read my mind.
But then we got to do it. We got to find who has the largest kid who has the most baby features. Because if we can find oldest, largest with baby features and put them in a stroller, we can test this. And as you're pushing him through, they'll be like, well,
Yeah.
come on. And we're like, no, he's 3. And how dare you? He has a growth hormone problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Start I'll own this place.
Yeah. When will they question it, Joey? Have you ever seen it?
So because of my line of work and the people that I get to take, sometimes I've taken some famous athletes on tour, and when somebody's 7'1", it's not uncommon for their 3-year-old to be like 4 feet tall.
Okay,
And they're walking through, and it's just like, what's going on? And I'm like, I promise this child is 3. I'll find a birth certificate. I swear to God, this kid is 3 years old.
Well, will they make you prove it? It's impossible.
No.
Like, you know,
They just gave us a dirty look and said whatever. And I'm like, and they were like, look, I'll buy a ticket if you want. I'm telling you, this child is 3 years old. I don't know what to tell you. And they're just
Well,
like,
I've met some tall 3. We have some ex-basketball players that are in like sports medicine around here, and I've met their kids, and they tower over me. It's embarrassing.
But I feel like nearly half of Florida trash are trying to get their kids in, like their 8-year-old kids, and pass them. You know what I'm saying?
Even trash adjacent. And what I mean by that is you don't have to be full trash to try to pull that move. You know? I mean, you could just be my dad. So
I feel
why not?
I feel like a company like Disney that cares about the bottom line is gonna put on some sort of rule in place.
That's
for,
a hard one though, dude, because you're having to dig in and get personal with people. And
They'll never do it.
I don't think they can.
They'll just let you be like, this is my 3-year-old. There's got to be a point where you're like, they start like, ma'am, this kid is 12 years old. You cannot get in for free. Right?
I don't know.
They
if
never will?
I don't know if they'd want the fight. It's almost like sending your steak back. They're not going to fight you on that, right? Like that's it's almost understood that because you're there is a like you win no matter what. So if you bring me my steak, no matter if it's perfect or not perfect, I'm like, take it back. I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like you can't say no, sir. We don't take steaks back. That's just not a thing.
So is it just embarrassment that keeps people from getting their kids in for free at all times?
Probably,
pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
But they're
weird.
They're missing the obvious point. The whole reason why if a child is shorter, they don't get in, and why they pay less because they're babies is because they don't get to ride stuff.
Yeah.
So if they were smart, they'd just be like, if your kid's 40 inches or taller, you got to
Right.
pay one fee.
That is smart.
If your kid's under 40 inches, he can't do
You
nothing
should
anyway.
do Disney stuff. That's brilliant because
Yeah.
it works.
Well, what if you're a little person?
You're looking at one.
Well, I
Me
mean,
and Joey are both little people. How dare you?
There you
no, I mean if like
I'm telling Midget Mac. That's his name. That's his name.
Like, I'd argue if I was a little person, adult, like, hey, I don't want to pay the full price because I can't ride anything.
You mean if you're under the height
Yeah,
requirement for most?
yeah, like-
Yeah, but
I
you
think
can
that's what
drink.
he's saying. As long as you're under the height requirement and you can't ride as many as others, then you get a discounted
No,
price.
Tom's saying now.
But if you're a little person, you're an obvious adult. Like, you're
Right.
48 years old, they're going to make you pay an adult price. And
Right.
I would say, like, hey, I should be in here for free.
Yeah.
But if
I'm
you're
little,
a little
I can't
person,
do nothing in
I
here.
mean, you're probably friends with Snow White anyway, or at least one of her 7
that's
friends.
hurtful.
I like that.
That's
I'm sorry, was that bad?
Yeah,
Too
that's
soon?
mean.
Sorry.
No, I've never seen a little person at Disney, but I agree with you, Tom, that
I have, but not where they wouldn't be able to ride. Like, not that small.
I feel like they should be allowed to get a little money off the ticket. I agree with that.
What's the average height of a little person, you think? Like, look that up, Sam. Because
God, I hope it's not 5'2".
What do you got to do? Is it 40? Is it 42 inches? Is like
40 inches for pretty much everything except the rock and roller coaster.
Okay. I feel like, Inward Mac is below 40 inches, right? I mean, when you walked in here? I mean...
4 feet is 48.
The average is between 4 feet and 4 feet 10 inches.
Okay.
I'm right there. Jesus Christ. I never realized until now, but I'm so close. My God. I'm like getting 5 numbers on the lotto.
So, now,
man.
this is the best time of year to go to the parks right now because it's right before they let out of school, right? So, like, we've talked about this before, right before the kids get let out. My kids are out of school in like 2.5 weeks. I think it's the end of May, and they're done. So
Summer break, dude.
So is like these next 3 weekends the least busy weekends of the year?
Absolutely, dude. It's so good. I took a family last week. We were done with everything in the Magic Kingdom by 12:30. It was
Really?
We were done with we were back at the pool swimming by 12:30. It was amazing.
Nice.
Crushed it.
You swim with the family too?
Only it's weird. Only if the moms ask.
Yes.
And, but then they treat you like a lifeguard, right? So they can go drink at the bar.
Yeah, watch
and
our
then-
kids.
You must watch my child.
Yeah. And they act like, oh, this is fun. You get to swim in the resort
Uncle
pool.
Joey. You're hanging
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
Full house.
Yeah, they gotta pay
Cut
you
it
extra
out.
for that. Also, I feel like Joey's a good-looking dude. There could be,
He is. The moms
Don't break my heart, Tom. You're too pretty.
The moms would be like, I feel like your wife would be upset. The moms would be like, oh, my frecklers need some oil, Joey.
yeah. Or like even the dad's into it. He's like, hey,
my boner needs some oil, Joey.
no, more of a filming. That's what I see on the internet.
I'm gonna film you oiling my wife's frecklers.
Yeah. Dressed like Goofy or whatever.
Dressed like Goofy,
but just from the bottom down. Just the shoes.
You win.
So, and then I know Sam went to some version of Food and Wine Fest.
It was wine and food.
Oh, yeah.
It was like
You're talking about the SeaWorld one?
The SeaWorld.
Yeah.
It's like the Seven Seas Fest or something like that.
Everything is
Who
food
was
and wine.
playing?
It was some
With
Latin
rock band Orleans.
Latin artist that I was unfamiliar with. I didn't stick around for the concert. We got the hell out of there at like 4 o'clock.
The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band Orleans and Looking Glass with their hit Brandy.
So, before we go, Joey, you got any bets for us?
So being from Pittsburgh, when you're from Pittsburgh, you pretty much have to love the town, love the sports, or else they kick you out, which is what I'm doing in Florida now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Penguins on this one. It was an interesting decision. I snagged the over-under and what have you. Penguins are 46, 25, and 11. A lot of ties versus the Rangers, 52, 24, and 6. Penguins at 1.5. I was like, at a money line of 115, 1.5 point spread. These matches are almost always a tie, which means it goes to a shootout. And if it goes to a shootout, then 1.5 points means you win by half a point. This is a no-brainer because you win on a tie and you win on a win. And you technically could win on a loss. I don't know if these numbers weren't calculated right, but I'm a little bit weird like that. So
Penguins plus 1.5.
Plus 1.5.
All right.
So
and that's in the next game?
Yes, tonight at 7.
Tonight at 7. All right.
So I'm going to take the Penguins because I feel like, I grabbed it while the numbers were good. For all I know, it'll change to a half. And then, again, that makes more sense to me copacetically.
Yeah.
But at 1.5, I'm like, that's, as long as it's not a blowout, I'm gonna probably go buy myself another set of Ray-Bans. And why not?
So
Jay Cornell is chiming in from the chat room saying no shootouts in the playoffs.
Well, there you go. There's that
Is
extra.
that
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay.
I'm a newer hockey person. I watched last night.
So what do they do? At the
extra
end of the
time?
game? It's just extra
Overtime.
time?
Yeah, triple, quadruple
probably
overtime.
and keep going extra time.
I appreciate that, Jay.
I honestly, I don't know. But yeah, Jay, clarify that if you don't mind in our
Says
chat
there
room.
is no shootout, so if the first overtime period ends without a goal, then the game will move to a second overtime with the same format.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's probably why the half.
Brutal.
Still though, now if it goes, I guess then but still by one goal.
Oh, we have one goal win, so then my whole
yeah.
philosophy still holds
The
true.
half point, there's value there.
There's
I
a
can see
lot,
that. Yeah.
especially in soccer or hockey, because come on.
Yeah. All right, Joey, I appreciate you coming in.
Great
Thank
job
you, guys.
today,
I
man.
appreciate you.
Thank you so much for being here. We'll take a quick break and come back with more corporate time right after this. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Let's do some voicemails and emails. People have been leaving us a ton of voicemail messages. This one from a lady talking about multi-level marketing.
Hey everyone, just wondering what your thoughts are on multi-level marketing. I can't even say it, damn it. My first experience with one was when I was 17. I had just graduated high school and some lady approached me in a Chinese restaurant at the to-go counter and said that I was so beautiful and she had a job offer for me. So she invited me to a meeting. And when I went to the meeting, it was basically a bunch of women that sell Mary Kay. And they did a big presentation and then announced to everybody that I was going to be joining their team. And they presented me with an empty compact. And the compact was basically empty, and I needed to fill it up with makeup. And the makeup was something crazy, like $70 or something to fill up with eyeshadow. And I remember being totally confused by that, like, what the hell? Anyway, another time I was having a sleep study done, and the next morning the woman that checked me out harassed me about buying some Avon makeup from her, and of course I declined because I think all of that stuff's garbage. But
well, you work for Mary
just
Kay.
wanted to know if you guys have had experience with that before.
No, I mean, not in that regard. I'd love to know more about the ceremony because it is a ceremony. All of these places, all these little clubs for men and women, whether you're an elk, whether you're whether you're what are those guys? Masonic, Mason, whether you're
Freemason?
whether you're a Lions Club, all of it, they're all little ceremonies.
Do you guys know anyone that is in multi-level marketing?
Fisher? Oh no,
I used to.
I know Fisher in the elk club.
I know there's at least 4 people I went to high school with that are like hardcore. That's all they do.
Is Beachbody multi-level marketing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then yes,
So-
I know a lot of people
So
that are all ate up with. In fact, I don't think because I've been so vocal and I've made so many jokes about multi-level marketing and about like Beachbody and Noni Juice and all this stuff I've made fun of, that I think the people that I know that do that have distanced themselves from me because they know that I just make too many
I
jokes
knew a lot of
about it.
people that did it kind of like right after high
Yeah.
school, like Herbalife,
Yeah,
and
Herbalife.
stuff like
Yeah.
that, and then they kind of got away from it.
Herbalife,
but there's still a
Amway.
handful that have stayed strong on it.
Amway was the huge one for me. I had friends that did
Yeah.
Amway,
There's a
Herbalife,
Thrive.
Noni Juice, Thrive.
Well, it was the original make your own schedule business.
Right.
Like, hey, you don't want to work for someone? Well, here's a business that you can work for yourself.
Make your own hours, be
and-
your own boss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And I don't even blame multi-level marketing because it's like solar, right? It's not the concept. Multi-level marketing, if used like Amway or other companies that use it successfully and honestly, and it's not any sort of scam, then it's fine. Same thing with solar. You know what I'm saying? Solar is fine. The technology is great. It's the people that are attracted to the business that is the problem, right? And that's what gives it a shady feel to it, right? The multi-level marketing, if used properly and in an honest way, is totally fine. But the problem is the scammers are, attracted to it because if you are dishonest, you could make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is just you selling.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
And
your relationships and the people that you know, and you have to rely on that. That's where it becomes a bit parasitic and odd. And
there's a lot of people that are good at BSing and talking people into things. And
where are those guys?
Just, no.
We should do
multi-level
multi-level
podcasting.
marketing.
That's what we're doing.
If you have a podcast, email me and I'll put you under our podcast, and then you get podcast under your podcast.
Yeah, and the telltale sign of all multi-level marketing is when someone is selling you on how to sell someone else.
Right.
And there's nothing, it's like, hey.
It's recruiting people.
You need to get into this because look how much money you can make selling this product to all your friends and stuff. And then you get your friends to sell and you get it's always about that. It's never about, hey, you should buy this, whatever.
I will say that I think based on like your Beach Bodies and your Noni Juices and the ones that are still out there still doing stuff, right? I think it's just as prevalent now as it was when I was a kid because I had multiple moms that I knew that, like, I had one friend growing up in our subdivision, the one that my mom's house, the one that your wife helped me sell, where down the street, I remember riding my bike to his house to hang out, and his mom had just gotten her brand new Cadillac from Mary Kay. And it was pink.
Yeah.
And it had that gold emblem in the back window that basically said, like, I earned this because I'm a platinum member of the... I mean, those are the things that usually... Like, that's the red flags, right? Or when you're like, I've become a diamond coach. I've become a platinum coach. I'm a platinum reward. Like, it all, when you're seeing the levels, it always is red flags to me. I'm always like, what is that?
And you got to ask yourself, like, I think the whole business of multi-level marketing is trying to throwing out a cast net and finding the people that are addicted
to being inspired,
or have the addictive personality to become addicted to selling whatever they're selling, or making, or you know what I'm saying, like, because those type of personalities are the ones that thrive in multi-level marketing.
Don't
right?
use that word, thrive.
But they're addicted to growing their multi-level marketing business and talking to people, and that motivates them to the point where the people that get the pink Cadillac or whatever
Yeah.
Those people are working 80 hours a week nonstop, addicted to it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
And
I get it.
And then the other people's like, oh, look how much money they've made, but you don't see how much time they've put into it. Like they didn't get there
and
because it was
also a lot
easy.
of times that's a front, and they're not making that much money, but they're putting that perception out there that they are.
Yeah,
Well, you kind of have to, because
that you
what
get
you're
other people-
selling
yeah.
But
isn't necessarily the product. What you're selling is the people under you looking
Right.
at you and being
You
inspired.
could be here, yeah.
That's the problem I hate, is that when, like I see so many, and these were, friends of mine from high school and people that I grew up with, I would see all these people, like it normally starts with some sort of inspirational quote. Then it's like some picture of this person like doing yoga. Then it's like betterment, and stuff like that. And all they're doing is selling that, like, look at how good I'm doing. Look at
Right,
me. Look at
selling
how,
happiness.
Yeah, look at this. Now, you can have this too if you buy my flat tummy tea and you start selling it just like I'm doing. And I'm like, I don't know, man. That really bothers me.
The thing is, it's a weird dichotomy too to me, because what they're saying is 100% correct.
It is correct, yeah.
And other people can make as much money as them.
Yes.
But they know
They
that
won't.
other people are not like them.
Right.
They are addicted.
They're extraordinary.
They're addicted to the process.
They're the outlier.
Yes, they're the outlier. And so they have to almost like disconnect with the reality
That's perfectly said. Disconnect from it, yeah.
that that other people aren't like you. You are a hustler.
That's what bothers me about it, dude. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
figured it out. It's
Yeah,
because they, whether, and I believe it's
Yeah.
subconscious too. It can be. I believe it can be a subconscious disconnect where you don't mean to be hurting these people or whatever, but I believe there is a disconnect there.
Dude, it's why I got so mad or why we made fun of the podcast movement, right?
Yes.
Because they're selling a dream.
You're selling a dream.
that a lot of these people aren't going to be able
And
to
you
do.
know
because-
they can't get there.
Yes, because to get there takes an extraordinary person or amount of skills or an addiction
Or talent.
or
Yeah.
talent that the majority doesn't have, and is very unique. But the multi-level marketing thing is every once in a while you find a true hustler out there that wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing, like sales or whatever. You find that person, they thrive in this environment, make a bunch of money, and then a bunch of people see, they're like, hey, John made $1 million.
Yeah, look what he
Dude,
did.
I know people in Beachbody, our trainer has told us before, millionaires. Like they made multi-millions of dollars.
Multi-millionaire.
And but they are extremely good salespeople that are hyper motivated, right? And if you're
And
not,
that's the key.
and if you're that, you can make money anywhere.
Because I'll tell you, those
You know-
Beachbody shakes, they're
Yeah.
no joke. They're really good. They're good product. They work good. Even Michael, like nutrition wise,
Yeah.
they're
They're
it's great
legit.
stuff.
They're legit,
Completely legit. But it's just that the framing of it just always rattles me a little bit.
And-
Makes me a little bit like, I don't know about that, man.
And you can get the same Beachbody shakes generically.
You can.
Like
especially now more than ever, you can get the Chinese version.
But it's the system that you're selling. It's the community. It's the get into this.
Well, think of the
know.
resources that they have, right, to get your back, and stuff like that. And that's nice. I just want to share something my wife said in the chat room. She popped in here just to say, Hooter shirt, looking hot today, baby, with a monkey emoji. I am wearing my Hooter shirt. I'm glad that my wife popped in to see that I'm wearing it. She bought me this shirt.
I remember that my buddy out of high school, same thing you said, Sam, got into the multi-level marketing of knives.
I had some knife guys.
The door-to-door knife salesman.
Yeah, I had the
My
knife
husband
guys.
went in for one of those.
Oh no, toothpicks! What are you doing?
Yeah, but that was he was like 18, 19.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't do it, but
Oh,
he
how
went in. He went and
smooth was
sat
he
in.
at 18? How smooth was he?
Oh, extremely smooth.
So smooth.
And what's funny is they convince you, they're like, hey, start with your friends and family first. Like your grandma will buy it from you just to help you out. Like,
Right.
and they're right. They're
It's
like,
the whole thing of like the fundraisers at the schools. That's what they do too. Sell to your friends
Yeah.
and family and your parents' family and friends.
Okay, but there are those. So I'll put a few. There's only two of those that I found. You mentioned one, the Beachbody product or Shakeology or whatever it is. Those are great. I like those. I don't like that whole like framework of Beachbody, but that's just me, right? If it works for you, it works for you. The other one that I think you just mentioned it, or let's see, Shakeology, and then there's another. Oh,
Thrive?
You mentioned the kids selling
fundraiser stuff.
Fundraiser
Yeah.
stuff. Our friend Summer's daughter sells this popcorn for their dance squad. It is undoubtedly the best popcorn I've ever had. It is. It's called Double Good, and it's like a cheddar popcorn, and it's phenomenal. And you can only get it for fundraisers. So there are some that you do that you're like, oh, that's a good thing.
Sure, and I think and when I'm saying the fundraiser stuff, I feel like I need to clarify that when it's stuff for like a dance class or band or something, it's like, fine, I get it. That's where the funds are going. But I remember in middle school, they would hawk all this crap for us to sell that wasn't for anything except for to raise money for the school. And it's like, what? Who's actually getting this money? What is it going to?
We should give Sam stuff to sell for you and I. You're like, look,
sell this podcast.
No. I'm gonna give you a box of chocolate bars, and this is world's most mediocre chocolate, and sell these, and you'll get a percentage of the chocolate bars.
I will not do that.
I would eat it all.
I'm gonna knock on strangers' doors and paranoid.
World's most famous chocolate that's another
it's
one.
Good
I support that chocolate. It's yummy.
So, does multi-level marketing always continue to thrive, or as the internet gives you the ability to segment that off? You know what I'm saying?
Between that and like all the documentaries that have been coming out, like a lot of these are getting shut down, and I think more and more people are seeing how scammy it can be.
Yeah. It's
well,
like
they're having to tighten
Lululemon.
up.
I watched
well, they never went away, right? Lululemon is here. Right?
Is that the one?
Or LuLaRoe is what you're thinking. Lululemon, we don't want to get sued by Lululemon because they're big.
Too many Lulus.
Yeah.
By the way, it hurts my heart that you're a $1 billion company and it's Lululemon. That's the dumbest name.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And then my wife will be like, they have great clothing. And they do. She's like, do you want to wear some Lululemon action wear? I'm like, not really. I don't like the name.
But going back to what, like you said, I figured it out why I don't like it is because you are selling a dream.
You've always hated that. Since the first day I met you, hated that.
That is unlikely but the problem
you mean like promising somebody a radio show?
He's always hated him. That's why that's the joke. Is that from the minute I met Tom, he hated the fact.
I don't think Jolly knows
that radio interns.
But I'm not. He's not paying me. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's the thing. Like,
yeah, of course.
He's also not obligated. We're not giving him credits. There's no business arrangement whatsoever.
But like, as you know, you're like someone's like, hey, you could do this. You got to work hard, do all these things, and the person's like, yeah. Here's $1,000, and you have to know
nothing. It still does nothing.
You have to know in the back of your head, you're like, man, the likelihood of this person doing what it takes to be successful is 20%, and that's kind of hard for me. I couldn't do it because I couldn't sleep at night because I would be like, no, this isn't for you.
You've always hated that. Even when we've had interns, like when we were at the radio station, we had an intern, and then they would be working really hard. You'd be like, oh God, they know they're not going to get it would bother you. You'd be like, I'll do it. I'm getting paid at least. You don't need to be doing it.
Yeah. Because I had, the whole, hey, if you work hard enough, because I knew that wasn't true.
Well, it can be true. It's not always true.
But also, it does. Like, in my personal experience, didn't matter how hard I worked. What mattered is what position was open, timing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of work I didn't matter, at least in that company. It was the timing of what they needed.
Right.
So the only reason I got a job was because all of a sudden things changed and they needed me to do something.
Right.
Before that, my amount of work ethic didn't matter.
It wouldn't matter.
It wasn't like, hey, this guy earned it. It was like, oh, we need this guy.
That's why people say things that are stupid, like it only matters if it matters. That's why they say it.
Yeah. So that's why I knew, like, that I couldn't tell an intern, like, hey, if you work hard enough, there could be, if you get popular, nothing to do with that.
It doesn't work like that. Let's try. Yep, go ahead. Yes, sir.
The other problem is, I think as a society, we do not like when people say you can't do something. Like, I feel like it's an American thing, too. It's like, you could do anything you put your mind to, which is true.
Yeah, whenever you say mandatory in front of anything American, people are like, whoa, why is it mandatory? Why do I got to do it?
It's not statistically true. So, like, if you show, like, Tommy, it's hard for me to tell Tommy he wants to play football, right? And it would be hard for me to keep pushing him to try to do this as a career or something if that's what he really wanted.
Yeah.
Knowing that statistically he's got such a small chance now, it may be good for him in the long run regardless or whatever, but that's
right.
To me,
kind of hard for you to get behind that.
Yeah. Where it's like, yes, you can do anything you put your mind to, but
you might not be good at it.
or most likely 90% percent chance it's not going to happen.
My mom
it's
and
such
dad.
a small.
Okay,
little,
let me give you a real world example, and it's very much what you're dealing with Tommy right now. This is the first that I've heard that he wants to play football. I also think that's super awesome that he wants to play football.
Well,
It's super cool. I wanted to play basketball. It's not a thing. But but I wanted to do it. I was allowed to do it, but there was almost an unspoken, non-necessary rule of me knowing my limitations. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
I knew what was
yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
He's smart enough to know what is possible.
No,
he knows.
And I know he's not looking to do. He's just wants to do it as
have some fun.
But I'm just saying, like, we don't like when people say like you can't do that, because we've heard so many stories of the people that did it. But the problem is we only hear the success stories.
Right.
We don't hear the failures because no one's there to talk about.
Yeah, here's
them.
the thing you don't hear about: the guy with no legs. Everybody's seen the commercials. The guy with no legs, and then they do the he's going to conquer this mountain. For years, everyone's been telling me I can't ski down the mountain. And I'm going to ski down the mountain with no legs. And then they get him up there, and guess what? He can't ski down the mountain. We don't hear about those. You see what I'm saying? Like, there are plenty of times where the person that has been told they can't do something gets up there, and guess what? They can't. It was proven correctly, but you don't hear about those. You only hear about the ones where it's like he went up against all odds and he conquered. It's like, well, that's why you barely hear about those, because normally they're not able to go down the mountain, right?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's a fact.
We don't want the failures. We don't want to be told we can't do things, even though most likely we can.
My favorite, though, is when I don't necessarily want to do something, but people think I want to do it, and then they tell me I can't do it, and I'm like,
Then you power through.
And then I'm like, no, but then I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, thank God, I really didn't want to do that. That's my favorite. That's my favorite, is when you want me to do it more than I want to do it. We got to get out of here, right?
Yeah, take a break.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back to, I was going to say, I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say, welcome back to the Met Gala. You guys like the Met Gala? I think it's stupid. It's where everybody dresses up in dumb costumes, and then they try to act all fancy. The only person that I thought looked cool was Lizzo, and she played her flute. Mm-hmm. And she's like tooting her flute, and then she like did a bow. I thought Bad Bunny looked stupid. I thought Kim Kardashian and Skeet looked weird.
I only saw a couple this morning.
Yeah, it's just dumb. I'm over it. It's stupid.
It's just rich people dressing up.
Yeah, it's rich people dressing up and acting like they matter, and I don't think they matter, and I think they're all dumb.
Is it like an award show or something?
It's like it's basically just to show out.
Like it's a fashion show,
It's like
right?
a fashion thing, and you go and you show up and you wear like very unconventional, odd clothing.
But did they do some sort of stage presentation, or they
They do something.
Okay.
I don't know that much about it, but I hate it.
It is the Met Gala, or the Met Ball, formerly called the Costume Institute Gala or the Costume Institute Benefit, is an annual fundraising gala held for the benefit of the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute in New York.
Stupid.
So it is like a...
And this year's theme was the Gilded Age. The Gilded Age. This is our theme this year, is the Gilded Age. Stupid.
I couldn't imagine anything I'd want to go to less.
Yeah. You know who was there? J.C. Chazé from NSYNC. And boys, he looks like a fat ringmaster now.
Oh.
He had costume changes. He has long gray hair now. He kind of looks like Whistler.
Does he?
Yeah, he actually, I'm not going to say he looks bad. He looks good for his age. He looks like Whistler from Blade.
He's got to be only in his either early 50s or late 40s, right?
Who?
J.C. Chazé.
It's Sachet, right? Sachet?
Sachet away.
Mid 40s, right?
45.
45. He's my age. He looks better than me, I'll tell you that.
Well, I said he had long Whistler hair.
He does have long Whistler hair.
He did grow his hair out.
Yeah, he always has had kind of.
I don't think he looks bad. I think he looks better with the long hair.
I think around his waist, he had his cummerbund is a little big. It's a little larger than I'm used to seeing him.
Let's do
It's finally catching up with him.
Emails.
All right.
Okay.
You got any emails over there, Sam?
Yes. Greetings, T&D. Congrats on the new Tom and Dan Airbnb.
Oh, he wasn't at the Met Gala. He was at the correspondence dinner. Both of them are things I hate.
Okay. That's a great idea and an excellent service to offer your listeners, especially your out-of-town listeners such as myself who moved away from Orlando but still like to come back and visit as often as I can. Back in 2018, I bought a condo in downtown Orlando and thought about offering it up to BDMs as a place to stay for events downtown.
Whoa. You're going to have to run that past us. You can't just be doing that. You can't just be using our intellectual property to start your own business. That'd be multi-level marketing.
Shortly after that, though, my HOA banned short-term rentals, so I never got a chance to go through with it, but I'd already bought the domain airbdm.com. I realize that you guys have already started marketing it
We
as
gotta
Air
sue
T&D.
this guy's ass.
But at the end of last week's free show, Dan mentioned you may be working to set up a website for the Air T&D in Sanford, and I just wanted to offer you guys the domain airbdm.com if you were interested.
Oh, how benevolent of you after you already tried to FRA.
I keep renewing it every year, but will never use it. I'd rather offer it to your show if you were interested, no charge. Thanks for all the countless hours of entertainment you have provided.
No
Try to do something nice.
He's also a BDM founder. This guy's ride or die.
I was trying to use your hard work to earn myself extra money and not cut you in, but now I will gift you the URL for free because my scam won't work. Get out of here with that.
He had this idea 4 years before us.
Everybody has every idea 4 years before us. We're not good.
I like how he got to Air BDM, but never occurred to him Air T&D, which is so close to B&B.
But that's why we get the big money, right?
I wonder, like, as he's buying Air BDM on GoDaddy, and like he's like, maybe I could do Air.
What's
Tom and Dan?
That's like Airbnb. Air T. T is Tom. Air D. No. Air BDM.
It seems like there are a lot of Airbnbs like sprouting up everywhere, right? And then even other
it's becoming a problem.
Except around here. I don't see any around here. I don't know if we have specific rules. I would imagine we do.
Yeah.
But I don't see any.
Baldwin won't let you do it.
Well, they'll let 16-year-olds drive golf carts, though. I'm going to have to crack that down on that. I feel very grumpy today, and I'm bringing the hammer down on everybody. The 16-year-olds driving the golf carts got to stop. They're going to cause an accident and get killed. No
start writing
seatbelt.
some letters.
No seatbelt, like cutting me off at the stop signs. And if I see your kid do it, I'm not yelling "Go Gators" at his Gator golf cart. I'm calling the cops.
Well, a 16-year-old could, if they've got a driver's license,
younger than 6. They look younger than 16.
But they still have to abide by the laws.
Yeah, but they're
traffic
not.
laws.
There's no seatbelt. Not abiding by traffic laws. Turning, driving on the sidewalk wherever they want, with their sisters in the back. It's always got their sisters in the back.
Next email.
So, quick backstory. I love my mom into the place last year. I think it's supposed to say I moved my mom. I moved my mom into my place last year while I built her home on my property. My wife and I have a friend over, and I'm bitching about a hat I ordered from New Era that was taking too long. It had been over a week and still was a few days away. My mom then popped her head out of her room and said, "Thanks, Obama," and disappeared. It was the funniest thing she said in years. My constant blaming of Obama in a mocking way like Daniel has become part of our vocabulary now. So thanks, Daniel, for creating this moment of hilarity for us. And thanks, Obama.
I like blaming Obama on everything.
Me too.
Yeah.
He wants more internet regulation. Oh, buddy, he's coming for you. I'm telling you. You better watch out for that guy. Black Devil.
Let's do another email.
Okay. Hot tub BDM appreciation. Hey guys, I like that you wanted to give back to the BDMs, and I appreciate all the effort. Love you guys, keep it up. Just an idea to possibly save some money and a headache for the future. Instead of ordering the hot tub to the studio or a big expensive ship item, whatever it may be, just randomize that price first and then have it shipped directly to them. I work with a lot of shipping and receiving, and most places are really good about getting it there on time, especially Amazon. Just my 2 cents.
Well, we wanted to kind of deliver it. If it did land...
we did use it for content on the corporate time.
If it landed local, the plan was always to do it local. Like, now there were some items that didn't land local, so we couldn't do them. Like, I think the Switch didn't land local.
And another Oculus.
Another Oculus didn't land local.
90% of our BDMs are local.
Right.
So that's why we actually got kind of screwed on the fact that 90% of you guys are local, and when we did it random, 2 of the massive items went out of state. Kind of screwed us over a little bit. But, it was... I'm just glad that guy got the hot tub. It sounded like he needed the hot tub, right?
I think it made his life.
I mean, he's in it every day.
Yeah.
How long before it turns green and he never uses it
He's
again?
been putting a cover on it every night. It's
It's
under his patio.
At the beginning of everything. I mean,
3 months?
my
We give it 3
boat,
months?
trampoline, jet ski.
I saw a free trampoline yesterday in your neighborhood.
When you buy a house.
Why were you in his neighborhood?
I was coming back. I was cutting through Castleberry on Lakemont. Well, it's the same road he rides. It's a populated road. Just coming back through here, and they had the full trampoline with the sides and everything. Somebody must have got hurt bad because it looks like some angry mom just drug it out there.
You know,
it looked brand new.
It's
house insurance.
It's
brand new.
Yep.
My buddy,
brand spanking new.
My buddy Alex got his insurance company flew a drone over his old house, and he lived down south in like a 5-acre 50-acre property, so you couldn't see it. But
Yeah.
they've drone flew over and sent them pictures and be like, hey, we're going to drop you if you continue. So he had to give it away. So a lot of people, insurance companies are cracking down on that.
I didn't even think about that.
With drones, it's so easy. They can send a guy with a drone around to, how many properties a week to see if they got a trampoline in their backyard.
That's crazy. I didn't think about that. I wondered why. I was like driving through there and I'm like, whoa, okay. And it actually had a sign on, it said free. It was the one with the blue. They had everything you need. Steel, blue pads, and then the black netting on the side with the ties at the top and the big long extra poles.
Yeah.
It literally looked a month old.
Yeah. Yeah, people are getting dropped left and right,
That
so
sucks.
it's cheaper to get rid of the trampoline than to pay a
Makes
higher
sense.
payment.
Right.
BDM appreciation. Just wanted to send a note with some positivity regarding BDM week. I've been a BDM for a while and introduced some of my buddies to you guys, and they also became BDMs. One is even a founder. Anyway, I was very happy when all of them got gifts, even though I did not. I really thought the signed thank you card was cool. I did, however, take advantage of the mega cheap BDM shirt. I can't wait to get it. Keep up the good work, and kudos to you guys for trying to do something awesome. I'm a teacher, so no matter what you do, someone's going to complain.
That's true.
So those T-shirts are getting printed as we speak by Velen.
We really ate the big one on that one, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
How many did it end up going to? Did it?
$500.
That's what we were concerned about.
Yeah.
You didn't want it at
projected-
250.
Well, I projected, I'm like 250 at the most, and we'll keep it quiet.
Keep it quiet.
It's spread around fast.
Yeah, that'll work. Keep it quiet.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
yeah.
keep it quiet. And they're cool shirts too. I love the design.
Yeah. Thanks, Danger Brain.
I know I want one, but now I feel bad because I know how much it cost you guys.
No,
and I'm like, I'll sit this one
we
out.
ordered extra, and
I didn't order one either.
it's and I think that may be the route we go to in the future if we ever do this again, where we can do an ultra cheap item. Like I'd like to get it down to $5 flat.
Well,
rate.
let's ask everybody. If you had the option next year for BDM Appreciation where we could get through sponsorships, it could be Streamline, it could be another of our lovely clients that come to us because you guys are the best listeners in the world. Like we say a lot of funny things in here and joke around, but we love you guys. So we really do want BDM Appreciation to be great. So if we get a little bit of underwritten, money from a client or somebody like that, we could do, like you said, your dream would be a $5 or under, awesome T-shirt for all BDMs to order.
Well, listen, we can manipulate the system, and I'll show you how.
Show me how. Please, teach me, sir.
So if anybody's listening out there and they know someone that's going to refi or needs a mortgage or whatever, and then they specifically tell Streamline, like, hey, because of BDM Appreciation Week, I am using you, even if, like, this is your mom or aunt. Just
doesn't matter.
Say it if you know they're going to refi or get a mortgage, because then Streamline will be like, wow, this worked really well. We got 1 or 2 mortgages out of it. We'll fund this next year.
Here's more money.
Here's more.
Right.
And then we can give BDMs more just by manipulating the system. That's as easy as it is.
I love it. And you tried to take it up a notch there, and it sounded like it was hurting you really bad.
Man.
Are you in
Take
pain?
a sip of water. Come on now.
Are you in pain?
No,
right now?
not pain, but it didn't. I have to go back down.
Okay, he's going back down
All
to
right.
his whole mouth. Next
so
email.
this is about John Mayer's concert. It says, hi, my fiance and I were at the John Mayer show in Tampa as well. We did something similar. We stayed at the Hyatt, which was a 10-minute walk from the arena. We didn't get floor seats, though. We were up in the club level, and our tickets were about $85 each. I've seen John Mayer many times live, and we even traveled to Pittsburgh to see his last tour. That one you would have loved, minus having to go to Pittsburgh. Even more because it was just him. He did 2 sets, basically. The first set of songs took a quick break, and then did a second set of songs so he didn't have an opener. That was probably my favorite show. Also, did you catch the picture of Bob Saget in neon sign form?
I did.
And before you ask why we were dumb enough to go to Pittsburgh, we only went there because he didn't come to Florida on that tour, and we decided to visit a friend. But out of that trip, besides the John Mayer show, we got to take a tour of the Pirates baseball stadium and ended up going to Picklesburg, which was the annual Pickle Festival. So it actually ended up being worth it.
Awesome.
So always splurge on the middle seats, not the most expensive, but not the ones when you're basically sitting in the parking lot. It's worth it.
Yeah,
and then
like-
he shared the picture of the
put
Bob
it up
Saget.
on the camera. It's like a neon. And I noticed, you know what's funny? It's so well done that when we were when he started playing, I forget what song it was. This is like a slower song, and then you saw it come up. Andrea and I instantly said, because it's like it was all like a kind of like a caricature rendering of Bob Saget in all neon.
Yeah.
We both looked at each other and said, "Oh, dude, Bob Saget." And we were like, there was no doubt. Like you knew exactly when it came up, and you were like, "Oh, that's really cool." And he didn't mention it. He didn't say a word about it. It just kind of came up periodically while he was
I wonder
playing.
how they became such good friends.
It is weird, right?
I do not know, but they're very, very, very close friends, from what I understand.
Like in what instance did I'm sure
Played his wedding.
They met each other at a party or
He
something.
played
They're both
his
famous.
wedding.
And that's
And he's good friends with Jeff Ross, so maybe just John Mayer is just a big fan of comedy. Maybe he hangs out at the comedy clubs in LA or
he's
something.
done comedy before, and he said he he's one of those guys that has done stand up and then decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Like he likes that world.
I'm mad that he's good looking,
Tall too. He's not just good looking; he's tall, good looking. Like Tom Cruise is short, good looking, which is fine. I feel like it's better to be tall, good looking.
sing and play guitar, lays with the hottest women,
Big Johnson.
And he's now he's a fan of comedy, which probably means he is a funny dude,
and they're a fan of him. Oh, he's really funny. Remember that show he had? He had a show for a while on MTV where he's like dressing up like Dave Chappelle would be on it, and he dressed up like Drunky the Bear, like in a bear costume. He's playing outside of like a stadium.
Yeah.
And it was his concert, and they didn't know like inside the bear suit was him, and he takes the head off, and people are freaking out. And he's playing pranks.
That's why he gets the women, right? Is that personality trait?
He doesn't take. I think he takes himself too seriously, and he also can take himself not so seriously. Yes.
Because plenty of people that can sing well and play guitar, but not can pull the amount of women that he can, right? So it must be the comedy mixed into with that makes the difference.
I think so. I mean, like, he's funny, but he doesn't look like Jeff Ross.
Yes, yeah.
That's how you
I
win.
think he just had a reputation, and then that's why people flocked to him. I find him kind of douchey, but it's kind of like the Pete. Right? It's like everyone's like, why is he pulling all these checks, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't know, there's like this weird mystery about him. And then there's this reputation.
I would put John Mayer and Skeet in the same.
That's what
Yeah.
They're not talented at all. It's just like there's something weird about their reputation I don't know.
The thing about John Mayer, and douchey or not, I have to take that part and disconnect it and throw it away, because I agree with you. There are parts of him that are very douchey. I have to disconnect those parts because
I don't like his music enough to look past it, though. So that's why.
See, like musician-wise, I feel like the dude is just a master of his craft. Like I like a lot of punk music because it's got a lot of good energy and it's and it's authentic. But the guys playing it are just not good. They're not good musicians. The chords are easy. Anybody can play it. It's not technical. It doesn't take any true musical knowledge to do it.
Yeah.
It's also once you bag one hot chick, then it's like, oh, well, that guy must have something because,
It's like Costanza.
That too.
This is a picture of my ex-girlfriend, and that gets you other women that are intrigued by the fact that you dated a girl out of your range or whatever.
Super Mario used to have a picture of an Asian lady in his wallet.
Don't talk about it.
Oh, okay. Oh, we gotta go. Oh, that's a good place to leave.
Bye-bye.
Are we coming back or are we starting?
Coming back.
I don't even feel the need to ask anymore. I'm just going to do it live on the air. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
The Sanford 3 are here, and they are bullying Tom, and I'm loving it. They're getting him so good. They said you have a hacky radio voice. They said you're ugly, your shorts are too small, tiny wiener, big butthole. Yeah. That's exactly what they said.
I didn't say that.
So how long have you been in prison?
I can't. Hold on. Let me.
Hey, everybody.
Hold on.
I'm speaking for Dan.
Okay, so Tom's voice is, he blew out his voice, and the only way he can communicate to you guys is by using a blatantly racist black guy voice. Wow.
That is pretty noticeable.
You gotta do it. Do your voice.
No.
What's up, everybody? That's what you're doing.
You sound like a Shaq commercial.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I want y'all to go to Papa John's, get a pizza.
Taco Bell.
Sanford 3 is here.
Oh! Sanford 3 is here. The Sanford 3 is here, everybody. We got Paul, we got
back to
Tom.
Cleveland Brown voice, man.
We got Paul, we got Dom, we got Dustin. The 3 are here. What's going on in the world of Sanford?
Of everything, man. We got so much going on. We're
constructing stuff.
Go ahead and
planning
name some of them,
stuff.
No need to talk about them.
Well, we have our hurricane party coming up, which you guys are well aware of.
We are. We have we have an interview scheduled with a hurricane performer tomorrow, don't we?
Absolutely, you do have Jason DeVore from Authority Zero calling you guys tomorrow, bros.
You know
one more minute.
Oh my god,
that was the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Jackie the joke man.
What? Okay, so tell me something. Do you not get paid if you don't show up today or something? You could have took the day off.
He should have took yesterday off like we planned.
Taken the day off.
Don't tell me to take the day off.
He barely made it here.
Hey, I'm a funny guy. You could call me. I could fill in. Jeez.
I'm sorry. It's my mental illness. I cannot not work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
that's
got
true.
Bill Bellamy calling later, and I don't even know how we're going to talk to him because I normally just sit here doing all the interviews, and I'm like,
He's going to think you're mocking him, bro. That's not funny.
Yeah, he is going to think you're doing a blatantly racist black guy voice.
No, I'll tell him.
Oh, hey, Bill.
What's up? I'm just like you. Like, don't say that.
No.
That is Dave Chappelle when he plays the big, larger guy in that skit on Chappelle's show. Hey, Dave. He plays
I know exactly
like
what you're
the
talking
fat
about.
character, Dave Chappelle fat character.
Yeah, big Dave.
Usually I'll try to keep this on the rails, but I got nothing again.
Yeah, it's fine. So, do you know? Are you sick? Do you know how you lost your voice? Do we know? Have we?
Were you screaming at the TV or something yesterday?
You were talking to a lot of people. You talked to a client yesterday for about an hour.
No,
and you had some
it-
serious family stuff you were handling. You're probably talking to a lot of relatives.
Yeah, no, I figured I got, maybe I picked up a cold. I tested myself for corona this morning just in case.
I don't have any more free tests from Sleepy Joe's. I'm not testing nothing. As long as I can get them free, I'm testing.
So-
But if I don't get them free, I'm not testing.
I feel perfectly fine. It's just yesterday, my voice, we talked yesterday and we did the show, and at the end I was like, oh my.
Yeah, it was starting to go a little
It
bit.
feels
at
like
the
it's
end.
bleeding, and then.
So did you rest it last night?
No.
No,
He talked on the phone for an hour.
Yeah.
Well, I talked.
But did you not talk to your wife and not talk to your sons? And did you go to bed early? And did you
Drink hot tea,
gargle
like I
with
told
salt
you?
water? Hydrate.
Well, I had one White Claw.
Okay, that's water.
That makes it worse.
Water. That's water.
And then that made me feel better.
Yeah, it does.
And then I had two. And then
So you got drunk and dehydrated.
Yeah, that's good.
and then after two, I was like, oh.
Oh no!
Anyway.
Have you taken some ibuprofen? Have you taken some
Benadryl?
pineapple?
No, I sprayed this thing in my throat, and then
That must have been before I got here.
Hey,
You have to pay extra for that? Or what?
so
You gonna let these guys dad joke your pants off?
Yeah.
You gonna let it happen?
yeah, I can't fight back.
He barely has any pants on, so
I know.
Yeah. He's basically wearing a tennis skirt right now, folks.
it's like you're all standing around me, audio kicking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Audio
it
karate.
is. It's you're getting audio kicked.
Hey, you guys, I don't feel well. Will you dump on me?
Yeah,
Thanks.
he feels
I feel
bad.
fine. I feel perfectly fine. I'm gonna go work out later today.
seems like a good plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I gotta pick up my boat.
Okay, let's
From
talk.
Sanford.
Let's talk about the original thing that Dustin and I wanted to talk about, which is, and it ties into Sanford and all the wonderful events that you guys are having. It's my bachelor party that was in Daytona Beach.
Oh, come on.
That is, the details are sketchy, but we were together,
Oh, God.
and we were reminiscing. Dustin and I were reminiscing about this and what we did, and there are parts of this that you don't remember, but I apparently got completely nude. Like
Absolutely.
fully nude, like
Fully
full
naked.
pig body.
You started in whitey tighties, but that just wasn't enough.
Yeah, and I ditched them. I ditched the whitey tighties, and then I was jumping from bed to bed, and I stole a no parking sign off of a palm tree. What?
Yeah.
And then the lady came for the.
There's only two reasons why you do a bachelor party in Daytona Beach, and only
It's
one
to
of them
cheat
is
on
drugs.
You want drugs and to cheat on your
Only
future
one-
wife
Only one of them
with
is
a
drugs.
man.
Oh,
I
you
cheated on
forgot-
my future
Okay.
wife with a man.
You
We
forgot
also got
porn.
in a fight that night too at another bar.
Now this is the part I didn't remember.
Oh, yeah.
We got into a fight at a bar with Gannon was there.
Yeah.
And Gannon got into a fight. Do you remember this?
Yeah, but it was because of some like some bad business dealing.
That motherfucker stole my quarter round.
it was sketchy. It was definitely sketchy.
Yeah, it was
Construction worker
Yeah,
fight.
it was like a construction worker fight because he was like,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on.
I mean, this
think
guy
that's
followed
the
us
guy
out
that
there,
stole
yeah.
my molding. And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
easy, bro.
Yeah. Then he started yelling.
Yeah, and then one guy was like, Makita's better. And then the other guy was like,
And some
I'm a
girl's
DeWalt
like,
man.
"Oh, you burned me with a cigarette."
Yeah, and then
Just real fast. I'm getting married in a couple weeks, and sweetie, this is not what happens at bachelor parties.
Oh, what are you doing the lame-o new guy woke bachelor party where you guys meet up at the end?
What is what?
Yeah, also,
you
you're gonna
gotta
tell
go
me that
cheat
Scart's
on your
not
four.
gonna-
Don't you
You're
use your
gonna tell me
DeSantis
Scart's
terms
not
with
gonna
No,
be
me,
you're
baby.
gonna
jumping
go
on
there.
your
I
bed?
know what you're doing. You're gonna
Yeah,
go there
yeah.
and we're just and then we're gonna meet up with the girls and have pizza. Don't do that. You gotta
yeah.
go. You gotta be grabbing some teas, sucking them. You gotta be cheating. You gotta be drunk.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, like
You
I
gotta-
said, this is not what
'Cause
happens
you're not
at bachelor
married.
parties.
If you're not full blown cheating,
Yeah,
you're
like
pussy.
when they turned the lights on in lollipops at my
Oh.
bachelor party, I had a handful of everything. If you know what I mean.
Once again, sweetie, we won't be going to any strip clubs or anything like that. So, thank you for listening and supporting me, though. This is great. Thank you, guys.
What you got to go to Costa Rica?
Yes,
where there's
infinity pool, and you can buy human beings. You'll just be in an infinity pool, and they'll be like, "You want?" And I'm like, "Yep, that's the one."
Actually, you know what we did? We did a catchler party.
And what is that?
A Kesha party?
Catchler party.
Catch?
It's where we all hopped into our boats and we went fishing for the night.
Oh, you did.
That's right under. Yeah, you might as well meet up. High five for pizza.
Hey, well, we
cheating there.
Wait,
That's what my
we
uncle
met up at
did.
Denny's afterwards. Wait.
You got 2 meals.
Yeah.
You did the dad bachelor
I
party.
did get 2
Yeah,
meals
yeah.
too. I got breakfast and 2 breakfasts.
A Loca Mocha?
I wish.
See, I think you're describing a 20-somethings bachelor party.
Right. Yes, I'm old as
Well,
dirt.
no, I got old. I got married
I was gonna say,
late.
you weren't
I
that
was
young
like,
when you got married.
I think
Yeah,
when I got
yeah.
married, I was like 37 years old. I'm 51 right now. I'm 45. When did I get married? 12 years ago?
Yeah. I think you were.
31.
I was gonna say you were right around 30.
30.
That's still like your 20s, basically.
That's pretty.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is when you're in this
It
business.
is at this point. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you're in entertainment,
Yeah.
you got married early.
Yeah, 27. I had the full blown Daytona when I gave it to you.
His was better than mine. Like the Daytona bachelor party is the quintessential great bachelor party. You do a little bit of wings, you do a little bottle service,
Yeah, you wet the bed.
you wet the bed, you cheat on your wife, you get naked, or cheat on your soon to be.
Yeah,
You
spend way too much
money. You
Yeah,
throw up.
Yeah.
You jump naked on a bed.
And then we
One
had
of
a
your
friend.
friends.
We had one of our friends who ended up racing a transsexual person in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Tony.
Tony Rage,
yeah,
Tony
yeah,
Monjet,
yeah.
Tony Monjet. He's
These
changed
guys
it.
came to my bachelor party. It was super off the rails. We ate edibles and went to Topgolf.
Oh, you did the
And then went to Willow Tree.
Yeah.
Now, how does it make you feel as the guy that they're bullying to know that your bachelor parties are top tier and their bachelor parties are lame?
Yeah. I went to strip club.
Yeah.
He
would walk through the strip club with money, and then he would, because when he gets really drunk and there's nothing behind the eyes, it gets real scary. He'll just look at the girl and he's like, "Hey, here's $300. You take him in there and you do the thing." And he'll say it like that.
And then he says anything goes, and he lets you get
Yeah.
sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
He also hosted my bachelor party. in
Yeah,
studio.
that's right. Tell him about your bachelorette
Oh, he had me
party.
sexually assaulted by 2 men.
They were strippers. They weren't just randos off the street. They were
I
professional.
don't know that they were.
They were. One of them, he's a model for Publix. He's
Why
on
are
the
guy
sub
strippers
commercial.
so
Oh, he's
much
a
grosser than
Publix
girl
model.
Yeah,
strippers?
he's the guy holding the chicken finger sub.
Yeah.
If you see the Orlando City black bean chicken finger sub,
That's the guy.
the
That's
guy.
the guy.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
You guys don't fear your wives at all. I love this.
Well, because I don't let them control me.
I'm definitely
You know,
afraid.
I
I'm
know
definitely
I'm smarter.
Them?
I make the most amount of money. I'm smarter. I'm better.
Stronger.
I don't let.
Oh.
When I go into a relationship, I know my worth. You need to know your worth. When you go into it, you know your worth. You know what you bring to the table. You don't go into it like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
let's,
So
okay,
basically
let's
what
do
you're
a
telling me-
bachelor party. Hey, everybody.
So
go
what you're
fishing.
telling me is that Andrea does not listen to the show. Is
No,
that what you're
she's in the
telling
chat room right now.
me?
She's in the chat room right now.
She
She
is-
just knows that. Look,
She is a better woman than
she
most.
can hitch her wagon to any old schlub out there, but she knows she hitched her wagon to a shooting star. A meteorite.
Yeah.
Oh my lordy.
Dan's
Yeah.
about to do bad guy wrestling. Any second. Any second.
I was about to.
Yeah. You think?
He knows all my tricks.
So what's going on this weekend?
Just in general, or you mean in Sanford?
Sanford.
What is going on
Well,
in
you guys,
Sanford?
you
no
guys
plans.
got a Cinco de Mayo pub crawl,
We
right?
do. That's pretty awesome. Thursday night is Cinco de Mayo. It's a little pub crawl. It's going to be a walking mariachi band walking around,
love
and then
that.
at every location there's going to be chips and salsa for you to try.
Oh wow!
There's a charity that's running the chips and salsa portion of things. So we're donating some money to there, and I think that you can do all this chips and salsa tasting for $5, right? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, what you can do
That's
is
awesome.
you can either or like Corona sponsoring it. So if you buy Corona, you'll
That's
get
what it is.
Yeah, you'll get the voting ticket.
Tom
and you
has
can go,
Corona.
Oh,
It's
man.
either buy a
That was
Corona
increasingly sounding
or
like that,
or a
yes.
Cuervo product
Yeah.
and get a free tasting card.
That's awesome.
Or if you don't want to drink, you can pay $5 to the charity and
Just
do it that way.
yeah,
Does
dude,
anybody
yeah.
like I'm not going to do salsa. I'm going to do queso. Has anyone said they're going to do queso?
So
they'd be like the ringers, right? They'd be the definite winner.
It would be a game changer to throw some cheese in the
that
action.
seems like an obvious cheat.
Paul's a stickler for the rules. I remember this.
We have rules in Sanford, man.
Yeah, no
All right.
cheese.
We got Kyle making our salsa at West End, and Shane's making our salsa, our classic salsa that we used to make.
Restaurant style or chunky?
It is. It's restaurant style.
How are you, Ty? Are you a restaurant style guy or a chunky guy?
As long as it's hot.
Okay.
I like it hot.
My wife is a chunky gal.
Well, I can't believe you talk about your wife like this.
She's overweight. It's just, what am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say she's a supermodel? It's not facts. She likes chunky salsa, and I like restaurant style, like my daughter. My daughter's a restaurant style gal. It's just words. It doesn't matter, man. It's just words.
I can go either way on salsa.
What do you like? Either way? Spicy or mild? Or medium?
I like spicy.
That's
Do you like?
spicy.
Are you fire roasted? I'm anti-fire roasted.
See, I could go like I have an appreciation for all the styles.
It gets a little too smoky sometimes. The fire roasted.
Yeah,
it's a little much.
I do like a smoky chipotle style salsa though. That's.
How do you feel about tomatillos?
I do like tomatillos.
I do too. Or tomatillos. Thank you.
What
I need
is that?
somebody from Texas to correct me. He's got the right
I'm a Texan,
pronunciation.
so
What is that?
it's a green tomato.
Yeah,
Ah.
they're the really good ones that you
It's
get.
a little
in
more
there.
bitter.
Yeah.
You could
Little stang on 'em.
Actually, if you fire roast a tomatillo, that makes a really good salsa. So put it in a cast iron, roast it real good.
So do you follow the mariachi band from
You
pub
can.
to pub?
You can. You could crawl at your own pace. There's no like ticket or anything involved. So you can just go to these bars that are going to have the salsa at your own pace. You could walk around with the mariachi band if you'd like.
Yeah, they're going every 20 minutes. They'll be at another location
Yeah.
on L Street there.
So if you're sipping beers quick, you could probably get through a beer at the same time as the mariachi band moving.
What are all the bars and restaurants?
So West End,
yeah.
obviously, Celery City, obviously.
Yep.
And then across the street from Celery City, you got Fire Station. And then next to that is one called First Street Lounge. And so we're going to try and do more of these collective parties with this. We call that well, you guys named it, the famous L. So we
The
named
L.
it.
Yeah.
So this is our famous L collective that we have.
and this event actually
moniker.
has all the retail shops there
Yes.
are also involved in this.
Then
The
also
new
the retail
Spice is
shops
nice,
in between.
I smell a
Bricks and
bazaar.
Mortar.
I love a
So we
bazaar.
got, what do we got? Yeah, Spice is nice. The new
Magpies.
So Dino opened a shop right. It's a couple doors down from Celery. It's called Spice is Nice. He's got a brand that he has called Hotter Than
Than
L.
L.
His hot sauces.
Okay.
And they're semi cult famous.
Nice.
So he's doing that, and then just a spice store basically.
Awesome.
And then Magpies, and what else?
Station, Jailhouse, Bricks and Mortar,
Bricks and Mortar.
First Street Lounge.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
We've got a Sanford map printed out on at our Airbnb, which is like
I
you
took
are
it
here.
when I stayed there. I took that home with me.
But
I stayed at our Airbnb
Did you?
last Thursday, and I did a comedy show at Celery City, and I had an amazing time. I needed some
Fun.
alone dad time. Kind of having anxiety, the thing I told you about puking
Sure.
in the listeners'
Yeah.
yards. And I needed to just have a night, and I had a night. I went out, I saw some comedy, great show.
We
awesome
hung out in your
drinks.
office.
Yeah, hung out in your office.
Yeah.
Hung out with the royalty, Sanford royalty, walking around there, seeing some hollabox, high five, and it's awesome.
I'll have to call AT&T and make sure something must have been my service must have been like out or something on my phone.
Ooh, that means he didn't call. Ooh. I know that one.
He
Bachelor party. Paul was mad he didn't get invited to the bachelor party.
Okay, I will invite him next time.
I mean, I wouldn't have gone, but I want to be
He was
invited.
totally not going to
That's how I am. I don't go to anything, but put my name on the list.
Yeah.
The phone call's nice.
I was talking to one of my smoothie boys the other day.
Oh, okay.
He has a plethora of these little smoothie boys that make him these little. You don't have a smoothie boy?
I don't.
Who makes your smoothies?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I don't call him a smoothie boy. It
He's
seems,
He's young. and
He's young and he
yeah.
likes smoothies.
Is
do you go there for the smoothies?
Yeah, smoothie boy and smoothie girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, and
The boys make the better smoothies, though. They do.
I was
Most chefs.
Tell us more, John Wayne Gacy.
Most chefs are men.
I was telling him about our Airbnb, and he was like, "Oh,
I'd like to stay there with a stranger." All right, Smoothie boy.
And he was saying that a lot of his friends go Sanfording, like they're in UCF, and they go up to Sanford to go Sanfording. I was like, that's where UCF students are going.
Do they call it that? Do they say we're going Sanfording?
Yeah.
You know I invented that, right?
Yeah. And that's all you. But it's working. The teen boys love it.
I mean, so
I got you. Yeah, I got him. He's hard to get too.
So I
take that as a badge of honor.
Well, think about how it's shifting, where like UCF, all the college kids are going up to Sanford to party instead of like downtown Orlando. Like that's happening because you guys have created a cooler place to walk around, a more inviting place too. That
well, it's just like if you're a smooth boy, you feel safer walking around there.
Yeah. And also, like, I feel like, and no offense to like downtown Orlando, but like the bars keep changing so much. Like Sanford has iconic bars and restaurants that have been there for so long, and it's like it's constantly a new things. Downtown.
Well,
Orlando.
It's not.
Hey, the Lodge has been there for like 500 years at this point.
There are some staples, but not as much.
There are some staples, but there are also these bars that I absolutely despise that Sanford doesn't have. Like you guys have all like approachable bars that I could take my wife into, walking with my kid. I'm not going to get yelled at or something. Like you guys may not want kids there, but you just nicely say like, not the right night. I mean, like, okay, but it's approachable. There's no like, it's not weird.
Sanford's not nightclubby.
Yeah, there's this nightclub. When I was right downtown just this past weekend, I saw like this place. I hate these places. They're always like the Black Veil or something, and it's just like it's all black and gold, and there's a guy standing there, and there's like a rope. Yeah, and I'm like, and guess what? There's nobody in there. They're probably all Sanfording because who wants to go to that? It's 106 degrees outside
anymore. Is that like a popular thing to do?
I feel like it's got to be like that on Church Street still, but I haven't been there in 10 years, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
I stopped liking nightclubs the day I turned 21.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever did night.
It's also crazy expensive downtown Orlando.
Well, just getting in.
Both for parking and sometimes you got to pay to get in a venue.
The stories you hear too a lot. There's a lot going on down there. So.
Yeah.
You guys should just park at my house and walk. It'll be fine.
So
$7. I hold out there with a chain. Like $7 parking. Come on to my house.
Barbecue?
Oh yeah.
I like the ones that have barbecue.
Yeah, I'll give you a $5 plate on the way out of there. Hell yeah,
park
man.
and get some pulled pork.
So in between,
I'll pull my pork or $5, whatever. Yeah.
The Cinco parties and Hurricane Party. What else falls in between that? Because I
got
know
food trucks this Sunday.
Also,
food trucks.
So
8th-year anniversary for Celery City.
That's right.
That is on what day is that?
May 22nd.
May 22nd. So it's the weekend before Hurricane Party.
Yep. Sunday.
Sunday before Hurricane Party. Yeah, 8th anniversary. We're going to do like a pig roast luau type of situation.
We got some tiki bands. We got some surf rock bands.
Yeah,
cool.
Like a
that event should be hitting social media tomorrow. We kind of taking our time getting that one out. So we're trying to be.
You guys have a lot of events going on.
Yeah. Is it an event every weekend? I feel like it is.
Lots of times, whether it be a
yeah.
street event or there's always. So it's funny you say that. I was talking to a group of people the other day, and I asked them. They were just up. I was up eating at Sanford Brewing. Actually, I was having a meal there, and there was. So the art festival was last weekend.
Yeah.
And there was a group of people sitting down to eat, and I was like, "Did y'all come up for the art festival?" It's a bunch of 20-somethings, and they were like, "No." We didn't particularly come up for the art festival. We just know that there's going to be something going on up here, so we come up every weekend knowing that there's going to be some sort of event.
Yeah.
So there is that culture that's being built. Like they're going to come and then just figure out whatever the event is and participate in the event.
That's definitely what we're going for.
It's working.
Yeah. Good. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it.
Well,
and of course we got bands every weekend. That we're trying to do
Tom.
every weekend.
Tom's
Saturday and Friday. I'm sorry.
Your squeaky ass voice. You're squeaky. Hey guys, thanks for coming in. Let the real man talk.
I'm just trying to just add something here other than my good luck.
We appreciate. Okay.
Dan, help him out.
Hi, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys being here. The Sanford 3, everybody.
Right.
Paul, Tom, Dustin.
Right.
The Sanford 3.
It's like when Rudolph tries to talk with the nose covering over it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Just go to drinkatweston.com. You can find all the information.
Yep, drinkatweston.com and rent our AirTND and then take advantage of everything in Sanford, right? Book AirTND.com.
New dates coming out tomorrow.
All right, buddy. We'll take a quick break. Is that it? Or yep, that's it. Bye-bye. It is another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha is here. Let's not waste time because we're boring. But on the line with us is somebody who is certainly not boring. This is a person that we have met and had in studio. Is it twice?
Yes.
I think it's twice. And this
Maybe
will be
more.
maybe
This
more.
is my third time. This is my third time.
Hey, I was right then. So we've had twice, but now via Zoom, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Bellamy on the line, the man who gets younger.
Yes, listen, Tom, Dan, Samantha, I love you guys, man. It is such a blessing like that. We're back. Like, I haven't, had an opportunity to get to Orlando in a minute. COVID kind of like stole everybody's Christmas.
It did.
Yeah.
And Bill, we got it during Christmas. Like, I got it.
We did last year.
Yeah.
When did you get it?
Literally
It was
stole our
like
Christmas.
December 20th.
Yeah,
right?
she got it the 20th, and then I think I got it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it the 24th,
Oh my God.
and then my
I thought
COVID Christmas.
nobody in Florida got COVID the way you guys were partying. I was
Correct.
at home so envious.
well, we got it. We just pretended like we didn't have it because we.
Oh, there you go.
Right. Yeah, we all had it, and we knew it was real. We just pretended that we didn't have
Just
it.
don't talk about it.
Just to kind of make you guys jealous. But yeah, it was we got it. I got it on the 24th, and then it ruined our Christmas. It didn't ruin it. I mean, you can't really ruin Christmas, but let's just say it was an unconventional, strange Christmas. Have you, like, it's your business, but have you had it? Or, like, and I know you've had to navigate it.
I've never had it. I had to get vaccinated and all that stuff. And, I don't know, because I remember people saying they had it. They thought they had it, and no one knew what it was at that time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't had a cold in a while or anything, but every time, like, if I sneezed, I thought I had it.
Right.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah. Or if you sneeze out, like, it's made me,
Yeah,
I pull my
like-
coughs,
like-
I hold my sneezes.
Oh my God. If I stubbed my toe, I thought that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because the symptoms, I remember when people first started talking about it, the symptoms was all over the place. Like if your earlobe starts swelling up, that's it.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
one.
So
Also, if you taste anything weird, you're like, oh, it got
Yeah.
me.
You're like, I mean, you could, like, it messes with your taste.
like if you lost your sense of smell or sense of taste, they said that was a really big telltale sign. So I've been tasting stuff for quite some time. I love pineapples and mangoes and peaches. I always eat 2 a day just in case.
Hey, we were just talking about that. You mentioned pineapple, and I want to ask you a serious question. My business partner here, he's been a little rough on his voice. You got a little bit of like allergies. It's allergy season here in Florida. It's crazy. So if you got allergies,
it's
just
crazy.
Be careful. The magnolias are out and they're getting people. So
Yeah.
Tom's got a dry throat. He's losing his voice. Now, you are a professional comedian, but beyond that, you've also been a presenter, a VJ, a writer. I mean, a voice actor. Yeah, you're on Cousin Skeeter. I said Uncle Skeeter like an idiot.
Cousin Skeeter. Yes, sir.
So you've done this. You've had to protect the muscle. You've had to protect the throat. What do you do to try and make sure that you are in perfect working order when you go to the Orlando Improv? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and when you're traveling in the
guys, I mean, listen, for anybody that uses their voice a lot, like we do. I would say tea, because tea and honey is soothing to the vocal cords, and coffee, which we all think coffee is like so wonderful, is really not, because it's a diuretic and it makes your vocal cords tighten up. So the easiest remedy is warm water and lemon. Warm water and lemon by itself, or a little bit of honey can do it if you don't like tea. But like, I usually just do teas. Like, now teas, warm, no AC.
Okay.
I know that's hard to say.
No
I know
AC.
that's
We
hard
live
to
in
say.
Florida.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not in Florida. You got to suck it up. But you know what you can do too? That's sometimes cool to warm your voice up. Go in the shower, turn the heat on, and let the steam.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Well, Tom doesn't like this. He don't like the baths. He's not a clean man. He likes a little bit more. You go 2-3 days before you.
I've been drinking alcohol and
Coffee.
Diet Cokes and coffee.
Oh, you are dried out, boy.
Yeah. I think it's probably why my complexion is so horrible as well.
Well, the blotchiness. Yeah.
Yeah, we also don't moisturize
Yeah,
your
well,
skin.
you know that you are dried out. Like, you probably need to dip yourself in some baby oil.
Bill, how? Okay, we've talked about it multiple times. Sorry, my voice. Oh, I gotta
fine.
get
He
low.
knows. He knows. I
Well,
just told
Get
him.
low, get low.
I know, but how have you not aged, Bill?
He
sound like-
moisturizes and he drinks tea.
Yeah, you look
telling
incredible.
Thank you. It's I think a testament is exercise first and foremost, and then nutrition too, because I think when you're eating healthy, you know, it reflects in your skin, it reflects in your vitality and stuff like that. Like, I have the same energy that I had when I was doing MTV, believe it or not. Like, the only thing I can't do no more is dunk.
Well, you could just do one dunk, right?
I tried to dunk the other day, and I think I threw my back out and my ankle. I don't know what it was. It was weird.
Hey, and I know probably everybody's been asking you about this, but as a presenter, as a person that's been both roles, it would be really stupid of me not to ask a question about Will Smith. I mean, you've been on the end of presenting an award to people, and you've been the guy up there telling the jokes. You've done both.
Yes.
You've probably said things that shows that maybe have offended people. I don't think of you as that type of comedian, but like, hey, when you're working things out, you never know, right? What did you just put us in your living room or wherever you were at? If you were watching that, what were your thoughts?
Well, the Will Smith situation was shocking because I thought it was a skit.
Me too.
Yeah.
I literally thought, like, oh, this is a skit, you know, like makeup, boom, you know, or whatever. I didn't know it was real, so it took a beat for me to kind of go, well, maybe, you know, this is not a skit, right?
Yeah.
And so once I realized that it was not a skit, then I was feeling really, really bad because it was a situation to me that should have been handled in private.
Yeah.
If I said a joke to you guys and you felt like, okay, you know, Bill, you pushed it too far on that one on the show, maybe after the show you say, when you were on the show, you know, you can't say those kind of jokes. Cool. But what if, you know, I attacked you or you attacked me on the show? It's just not the place. I always tell people, it's like getting in a fight at your grandmother's house. You just don't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
True. That's a good analogy.
Bill,
That is true.
Bill,
You
Your
just
feelings-
don't do it, and you just don't do it.
And your feelings are still justified, you know, like, because feeling is, you know, is how you feel, right? But not the time, not the place.
I mean, we're not taking away anybody's feeling.
Yeah.
You know, a joke. As a comedian, my job is to make you laugh. My intention is to make you laugh. It wasn't a politician saying a joke. It was a well-known legendary comedian saying a joke in a lighthearted way. It wasn't like it was mean-spirited. And maybe, you know, at that time, you know, you weren't ready to hear that kind of a joke. Okay, cool. There's always the after party. There's always backstage. There's always the phone call. We all have each other's number. Like, I could call Chris Rock right now.
Yeah.
I could call Will Smith right now. Like, if I had a problem, I could just be like, yo, Will, what was that?
Yeah. Now, Bill, I got this theory that Chris Rock is going to get paid when he comes out with his comedy special that's probably going to highlight all this, because everybody's been waiting to hear what Chris...
Yeah, everybody wants to hear his take, which is, you know, which is actually kind of cool. So it doesn't feel like he just got slapped for no reason, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe there'll be some kind of cool upside for him. But I just want to let it be known for all the people that's coming out to Mother's Day weekend, we're not slapping.
No slapping. It's a slap-free show. I mean, that's a guarantee.
It's a slap.
That's a guarantee. I'll put that guarantee. I'll put my name on that.
And of course,
it's a slap-free show for sure.
Bill's going to be at the Orlando Improv, theimprovorlando.com.
One show Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and you're live from your car, man. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate the fact that you always are the nicest person. You do your media, and we certainly appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, man. You guys have been killing it. Keep it up. And don't mess up this Christmas.
We'll talk to you soon, man. Be good.
See you, Bill.
That is Bill Bellamy live from his Range Rover. What was that?
I don't know.
It was nice. It was leather.
Was nice.
It was a leather car.
I mean, the fact that he can pick up the phone and call Chris Rock and or Will Smith. He's driving a
Now,
nice car.
I wanted to say, do it.
I was going to scream out, I could call Tony Rock. Can't even do that.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I can call Chris Rock from Rock Pit Brewing. But
All right, let's talk about this. Who out of the three of us has the most yank within their phone? Who's got the most power? I say Tom.
I've got the most yank.
You got the most. You got the most.
Yeah,
yank.
he grifts a lot.
You have a lot of yank in your phone.
Yeah. But it's all.
Who's the most famous? Who do you think is who's the mover and the shaker in your phone?
Whoa, what do you want?
Whoa! Wow!
In what industry?
Well,
celebrity. Who's the biggest celebrity?
Yeah, biggest celebrity in your phone.
Let's
go toe to toe. Let's go. Let's do.
I'm just going in alphabetical order in mine. I got Kat Ridgway, local artist here.
All right.
I got Crystal Van, famous realtor.
I do have. Okay. Oh wait, I got one.
I got the Sanford Threes numbers in here. Dom from the Supervillains.
I've got one that might rattle you a little bit, Tom. Used to be the driver of Gravedigger, Dennis Anderson, in my phone. How about that?
No, there's no way that
Dennis
number
Anderson.
still works. Go ahead, try to call it.
I got comedian Ian Baggs' phone number in here.
I've got that one as well. Carrot Top. I've got Carrot Top's number in here. It's his old number. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's an old number.
I've got someone named Brad Wolverine.
No, I know Brad Wolverine.
Who's that?
He's a Wolverine exterminator. It's always
Matt Woods.
I got Matt Woods. You're just saying numbers that I've given you. That's not
probably.
fair.
Seth Petrozelli, I have his phone number.
You have his phone number? Yeah. Does he know?
Sabrina Ambra from the News Junkie.
Okay.
Her number.
I got Bucket Truck Larry.
I remember old Bucket Truck Larry.
I have Steven from Naked and Afraid.
You know what the
Taco Bob?
Taco Bob. That's a good one.
The most unbelievable achievement in my entire life has been the fact that I have not ever lost my cell phone. Because
that is amazing.
I have every number.
Wait a minute. I really wish we weren't talking about this because I have a feeling you're going to lose your cell phone.
Because I have every number I've ever saved since owning a cell phone in my cell phone. And
he even has the ones that were from his older phones because they transferred them to the new phone. Bucket Truck Larry, we haven't talked to since he won a contest on the Monsters.
How can I know how many contacts I have?
Here, give me your phone.
Okay, because
you just go and look at the top.
I'm curious to how many I have.
Okay.
But it is an insane list, a Rolodex of
delete all. No, I'm kidding. Hold on.
But none of them.
No, it does. This is different. Yours is different than mine.
It's different.
Yeah, I don't like. Normally, you can go when you go through contacts, you can see how many.
Huh?
I don't even, dude. You have his
hit the
phone.
limit.
His
phone,
like
his emails.
It has so many contacts in it. His phone is heavier than my phone. That's how weird it is. Like that phone is heavy.
Anyway, I don't have I also feel weird about asking any famous person anything because I always feel like I'd be bothering them.
Yeah, me too.
I do too.
Yeah,
we're bad about that.
I'd never ask them for a favor or just text them out of the blue like, "Hey, what's going on?"
You know, that's where we would have needed a Ross or a Butler here. We need somebody that's okay with the celebrity chopping or chirping.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're okay with just saying because honestly, I always admired Ross asking to do a guest spot when the comedians would come in because what's the absolute worst they can say?
They can say no. That's
they can just say no.
Yeah.
It's not like he.
Yeah.
And it never bothered me or anything, but I admired it. It's not something I would do just because there's a weird fear inside of me, right?
Fear of rejection. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do admire the fact that he does that. In fact, I've used that to inspire me to ask other times. I'm trying to teach this to Maisie. In fact, at the pool on Friday, there's a point to this. She wanted a chase lounge,
Yeah.
And there was a lady sitting, next to us, but she had one next to her that wasn't being used. And I said, go ask that lady if she's using that chair and then just pull it over here. And she's like, you ask. I don't want to do. She's like doing the thing, right?
Yeah.
And then Andrea picked up on it. And Andrea's like, no, just go ask her. And she, I'm scared. What if she says no? And we're like, what if she says no?
It's not move on. Yeah, grab another chair.
Not a big deal. Just ask her just politely. So, man, we kept drilling her down. It took like a solid 15 minutes of trying to pump her up. And finally we got Maisie there, and she walked over, and she's like, excuse me, ma'am, may I use this Chase Lounge? And she's like, sure, I would like that. Well, the lady had overheard us talking about that. So then we get in this whole conversation about how this particular lady, an older lady, thought it was important to teach kids that it's okay to speak up for yourself. It's okay to have a little assertiveness. It's okay to have some confidence and be like, yeah, what's the worst that could happen? They're just going to say no, not a big deal.
That's not the van way.
Okay, give me the van way.
Van way? Hide.
All right.
They're coming. Hide.
Now, I would normally...
Don't ask, don't tell.
I would normally... I can't really lean too far into making fun of this because he is correct. The van way is in the blood because his brother couldn't ask for a pepperoni sandwich, and I witnessed it. Mm-hmm. I would go to Subway with Timmy, and he would have you or me order him a sandwich because he didn't enjoy. He didn't like ordering for him. It's a thing.
Yeah,
it's
I used to be bad like that when I was younger.
It's the van way. You're right, and that is not something he learned. That is something that was in your DNA. Yeah. Would you have that if you kept it unchecked?
Well, it's your temperament, but you need someone to push you out of that. Yeah. You know, that's what you need. You know,
okay.
I never, no one ever's like pushed me.
But you do it now. What you had to push yourself?
40 years old.
But still, I know plenty of people that are quiet 40-year-olds. There are millions of people that are non-assertive 50-year-olds. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. But I stumbled my way into radio, and then I was too awkward to ever leave. So I tortured myself.
You almost self-taught yourself.
Yeah, but it was torture for me.
It also took you a lot longer had somebody pushed you, right? Like, it took you like years.
I could have learned as a kid just to ask for the damn chair, and it's not that bad, but I never learned that. Anyway.
What are we doing here? Oh, we talked about Bellamy. We talked about chairs.
We got to let Tom rest his voice.
I know. Should we power through to make the complete segment and really torture him? Yeah, you don't have to talk.
No, I'll just sit back.
Here, I'll just get some voicemails. We'll finish out the segment. And then, just sit there and enjoy. You've done enough today. You're good.
I got it.
So how are we going to fix your voice? What if it gets worse? Is this the worst voice injury we've had on the show?
No, I'll heal. I heal quick.
Let's talk about you heal like
super strong.
You heal like Wolverine, Bobby Wolverine. I brought it full circle.
I thought it was Brandon.
Brandon Wolverine, whatever. Let's do a couple of voicemails. This one's about baseball. I hope we didn't play it already.
Hey guys, listening to your past ACT talking about baseball. It's notable to go ahead and check out the Savannah Bananas.
He's my voicemail of the week. This guy is so clueless about why he called.
The Savannah Bananas?
He doesn't know why he called. He got in the middle of his phone call, freaked out, forgot why he called, then said Savannah Bananas, and then questioned himself.
I think it is.
But thank you, sir. I have looked up the Savannah Bananas, one of the more famous minor league baseball teams. They have a show on ESPN Plus that Samantha...
Their TikTok's viral all the time.
Their TikTok's viral. Their Instagram goes crazy. They just visited Daytona Beach and played my beloved Daytona Beach Tortugas, the Daytona Tortugas. Go Tortugas!
Are they the most famous minor league team as far as brand?
Rocket City Trash Pandas are pretty famous.
Oh, okay.
There's another one. The Party Animals are famous. Like, they're making bacon. That's famous. I'd say they're the most famous. Okay. Savannah Bananas.
All right.
I want to get in bed with one of these minor league teams, namely the Daytona Tortugas. I just feel like we could do some big things. Sheldon, if you're listening, let's make it happen. All you got to do is pick up the phone. Can turtles pick up phones? I don't know. Let's try this one. This also kind of ties into baseball.
Hey, gang, it's Zach from Ohio. Here in Dayton, we have a minor league baseball team called the Dragons. We're a farm team, single A for the Cincinnati Reds. We hold the longest consecutive sellout streak for any professional sports team in North America. From 2000 to 2020, they sold out like almost 1,400 consecutive home games. So that's pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive. Yeah, it is pretty impressive. God. That's why I want to get, like, it's funny that, it only took me bringing up baseball on this show seriously one time to realize that there are tons of people that love baseball. And I owe baseball an apology for over 20 years of broadcasting. I've crapped all over it and said how boring it is and how much I hate it. And I did hate it. Well, no, I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it. But now that I'm older, I love it. I think it's great. I don't know why I like it now, but I very much enjoy baseball. I guess your tastes change, or you can change, or
well, it fits your anxiety profile.
I like the order. I like how order. I like that know 1 through 9, unless we got to go more. I like that it's 3. You know, I like the count.
Why it's bad is good for you. It's boring. Not that much happens.
Yeah.
It's slow.
Yeah. It's QVC of sports.
Yes.
You're right. I love it, though. I absolutely love it, though. I'm little baseball Danny, all about the baseball. That is impressive. A lot of these minor league teams just show out. You know, they do really, really well. I think I'd have to know the number, though. I'd like to know the number of consecutive sellouts. What are we talking? 7,000, 11,000, 4,000?
It seems crazy that it's sold out.
It becomes a ritual. Baseball people, because again, I believe that what I've missed is that most sports that I am into, let's go with soccer, the number one, right? You go there, you sit down, your eyes do not leave the match. You watch the match.
Yeah.
That's it. You drink and watch the match. In baseball, I feel like I thought that, you go there and you watch it. No, you don't. You go there. You walk in. You see the amazing ballpark. You talk to people. There's they're playing, and then you watch a little bit. And then you get a hot dog. Then you get a beer. You walk. It's an experience. You know, you walk around. You do the thing. You know, it's not you just go there and watch it. I think you can pop in, pop out. At least that's how I do it.
Yeah. It's not captivating.
Well, you got a lot of time.
But it can be.
Yeah,
if you see an amazing play, it's amazing. But it's fleeting, right? It's not like it stays exciting the entire time. There's
a home run actually lasts 20 seconds?
I mean,
from when the ball.
Well, no, I mean so you'd get pitch, homer, then you'd get the pomp and circumstance, then you got to get the fireworks, then he's got to slowly run the bases, a lot of celebrating, play the music. You know, you play the horns, he goes around, they celebrate.
3 minutes.
Probably less.
Yeah,
probably less than 3 minutes. We got to get out of here.
All right. Bye-bye.